going to use sculpting black instead of dimension. It looks like the hair up here is a little bit darker than the actual shading, even in the dark shadow areas of the face. So I'm going to use sculpting black here and save the dimension black for the black up in the hair, which is the same underneath the chin and the shirt and stuff. So here we go. So now that I got this dark side, the bottom part of the face roughed in, I'm going over it with a lot of touch of sculpting black, a lot of the dark tone and quite a bit of the medium tone, and getting a lot of that dark stuff shaded in. I'm using a little bit of light wash too, but I'm kind of getting the darkest stuff in this little chunk right now. So I've been kind of bouncing around between those three, sculpting black, dark tone, and medium tone for this whole area. So I'm starting on the hair now on the left side, so I'm using just dimension black, and I'm just starting to kind of rough in the hair. So that's what's going on now. Hair is a tricky thing to do. I do it all with a 7 mag. I usually don't use a liner when I'm doing hair, unless sometimes at the very end of when I'm finishing up the hair, I may go back and grab a liner. But actually, I take that back, I do it all at the mag. But hair, hair's the hardest thing to talk about. But when I'm doing hair, I've been pretty much sculpting it out with the mag instead of using a liner. And you're kind of shading chunks of hair. With this picture, it's so graphic that the hair is almost all black, but there is there'll be some softer strands in the highlighted area of the head. But his hair is pretty black, so it's more black than anything else. But hair in general, though, it's a lot. I'm really just sculpting out chunks of hair as opposed to a zillion individual strands. And then sometimes at the end. And then he has it too, like around the sides of the head, you see a couple little loose strands here and there. I'll use one needle off the corner of my mag, and I'll go in, and sometimes with a medium tone instead of a black, and then just sort of cut in a couple little hairs here and there. If I see it a little bit in the picture, I'll just do a little bit of it in tattoo. It gives it an overall realistic effect. But hair, I think, is one of the hardest things to do for me. Doing a portrait. It always is, still is. Honestly, her skin's a little on the tougher side. I hate to say that. Don't hate me. I think I just over the weekend I had 3 people with really good skin in a row. Like, I got lucky, So sometimes when it happens, and she has nice skin, but it's little, there's 10 different types of skin, to get those soft grays in. I realize, usually, it all comes out the same in the end, pretty much, Some tattoos just go really quick, it just goes in like butter, And then some you gotta work at it a little bit more. But in the end, they always come out just fine.